I have seen some responses to my last video, and in fact, some of my previous videos. A number of you are telling me what the Constitution and the law should say. And that's a valid conversation. But I need to tell you, my dear, that your opinion can challenge the law. Your emotions can reject the law. But neither your opinion nor your emotions replaces the law. Until the law changes, the law remains the law. And those who understand the law as it is will always be ahead of those who only argue about what they think it should be. Today, we're going to practicalize logical, critical, and intellectual thinking. I'm going to be showing you one of your favorite videos on this space. So come with me in the next few seconds as we see it together.
Way, by all means necessary, you must have electricity, and you will not pay for estimated bill anymore. A promise made will be a promise kept. If I can't keep the promise and I come back for second term, don't vote for me. That's the truth. Unless I give you adequate reasons why I couldn't deliver.
Okay, we're done. Now, this is one of your favorite videos, like I mentioned, we catch crews with it, push all sorts of narrative and agenda, propaganda. But I need us to think for a minute. Remove your sentiments and emotions aside and just think. This is not a support for or against. Like I said, let's think. Now, when you see videos or messages like this, the first thing for this particular video is, he said, by all means necessary, you will have electricity. The quantity of the electricity was not mentioned. So where the 24 hours electricity narrative came from, only you can answer that. Secondly, he said, if he does not give you electricity, remember that the quantity was not specified. If he does not give you electricity, then if he comes for a second term, you should not vote for him. So the onus is still on you to vote or not to vote for him. But the narrative out there is, he should not run for a second term because he did not provide electricity. The quantity of electricity was not specified, and he said, if he comes for a second term, you should not vote for him if he does not provide it. Then thirdly, there is a caveat. He said, except he gives you adequate reasons why he will not deliver or why he was not able to deliver. Now, these are the things you should look out for when you hear messages or speeches like this. Forget about what you think or what you feel about who is making it. Listen critically, think logically, and accept intellectually or analyze intellectually. Because like I keep saying, an informed citizen is harder to manipulate than an angry one. Now let's talk about electricity, because electricity is a serious part of every great nation. And our dear country, Nigeria, has faced a lot of electricity challenges. And this is from generation to transmission to distribution. At the moment, we're over 200 million Nigerians. And our national grid on some days barely delivers less than 5,000 megawatts. And megawatts simply, measures capacity. It's like having one borehole to service the needs of over 200 million Nigerians. Definitely, a lot of people will not get water. So that's the same thing here. Megawatts measures capacity, not politics, not money, capacity. And the more electricity is generated, the more it's supplied to schools, hospitals, homes, and businesses. So indeed, we need to generate more. And experts have said that our generation capacity we need to have about tens of thousands of megawatts to serve our population and economy. Now, transmission is also an issue because it's not enough to generate. Our transmission network or transmission lines also need to be protected. And then, of course, distribution. But the question I have to ask us now is, has the government done anything about electricity? Well, to answer you, the government, or this government, signed into law the Electricity Act of 2023. And this law now empowers states, the states in Nigeria, to generate, to transmit, and distribute electricity within their own jurisdictions. And some states have taken it up and have started establishing their own electricity markets. So Lagos, Ekiti, Enugu, Abia, and a few others. Now the question is, what is your own state governor doing about the electricity situation in your state? Having been empowered by the federal government to generate, transmit, and distribute electricity. It's not automatic. It's not easy because electricity or power is expensive. So it will take time, but you need to know what exactly is your state doing currently about the electricity situation. When you hear hold your governors accountable, it is not just a slogan. It is the reality of the democracy that we practice. Then I also want to say there's another trending situation. Time will not permit, and I don't want this video to be overly long so as to drive the message home. I'll talk about it. There's a situation where we saw that the presidency, or they installed solar in the Aso Rock. And many people have run with it. Oh, why is there solar in Aso Rock? You see, serious energy systems don't rely on only one source. They rely on both hydro, solar, gas, wind. Those are all options, energy options. And even in other countries where you constantly compare Nigeria to, they don't rely on one source alone, as you can see. So I'm not going to say that I have all the answers, but I need us to know, like I had mentioned, power or electricity, reliable electricity is not cheap. It is built, it is financed, it is protected, and it is planned. I don't have all the answers, and I'm not going to pretend to. But I know this, that Nigeria will not become powerful because we complain better. Nigeria will become powerful when engineers, investors, policymakers, entrepreneurs, and citizens start solving problems together. Because every great nation was built twice. First in the minds of its people, and second in reality. And I'll say this and I'll say this again. Until we start coming together to produce solutions as opposed to just complaints, nothing, absolutely nothing will change.